HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
What's going on, everybody? Matthew Bivens here, and if you're a little bit confused because you thought the show was going to be on hiatus for the month of January, then don't fret. I am still taking time off to work on new episodes, have a bunch of new interviews, and do a couple of cool things like have some brand new show music for you. So that stuff is still going on. But I didn't want to leave you hanging for the month, and I definitely wanted to have some new stuff for you all to check out. So I thought this would be very cool, and what I'm going to do today is share with you one of the episodes of my wife's podcast. Now, my wife, Sarah Bivens, she is a balanced lifestyle coach and a personal trainer here in Atlanta, Georgia, and she works with people virtually. She works with women, mostly new moms all over the world, who are feeling imbalanced, overstressed, and uninspired. She calls it the IOU syndrome. And what she does is help them to find more balance, more peace, more purpose, and really tap into their power. And so she has turned that passion of hers into a podcast, the Balance and Motherhood podcast. And it's a really fantastic show, and it's gotten some great reception from her audience. And I thought it would be really cool to share with you one of the currently most popular episodes of her podcast. This is episode number 3, and it's titled, What Disney's Moana Taught Me About Being a Divine Feminine Goddess. So this is definitely going to appeal to all of the female listeners of Having It All, because what Sarah talks about is real and powerful and honest, and she talks about tapping into that divine feminine goddess that is within each and every woman out there. And for all of you fellas, this is a fantastic episode for you to check out as well, because I truly believe that it is in supporting women to be and become their true divine feminine goddess that the world heals and grows and transforms. So check out this episode. It is really fantastic. And stay tuned, because in February we're going to have some brand new Having It All content for you, and I know you're going to be excited about that. So with no further ado, here is What Disney's Moana Taught Me About Being a Divine Feminine Goddess from the Balance and Motherhood podcast.
This is the Balance and Motherhood podcast, a show about personal development in motherhood and putting yourself first, giving mamas access to their incredible power and capacity for self-love by sharing tools, resources, and honest conversation, so that we can manage stress in a healthier way, heal past thoughts and beliefs, and practice this thing called balance together. Hello, you beautiful, balanced mama, you. Sarah Bivens here. Thanks for hanging out with me on the podcast. Really appreciate you, and I hope that this is some time that you're able to take for yourself right now and create a little bit of a balanced mama moment. Maybe you're cuddled up with a cup of tea or something. Maybe baby or child is napping or out, or you're still in the thick of it. You're doing the thing you do day in and day out. You're running around or you're at work or whatever. Then let this be a little timeout for you, a little bit of time and space for you to just chillax, maybe have some reflection, time to get in touch with yourself and have fun too. Fun. I'm all about that. What I want to talk about today is actually a Disney movie, the movie Moana. And if you are like, oh my gosh, that has already overrun my life. I wake up in the middle of the night with those songs in my head. Don't worry, I do too, all the time. I'm not going to talk about the movie itself. There's a different route I'm going to take with it. So, be patient. It's okay. I'm not just going to sing the songs for you and talk about what you're used to hearing about Moana. And for those of you who have not seen the movie, first of all, I want to know legitimately how you have been able to avoid watching this movie. It's an amazing movie, but it's everywhere and every child loves it. So if you haven't watched it, and you have plans to watch it and you are super keen on watching the film in its full integrity without knowing anything about it, then you might want to pause. But if you haven't seen it and you're still open to this conversation, I'm going to explain a little bit and give some context. So if you haven't seen it, you're not going to be missing anything necessarily by listening to this conversation, but I would hate to ruin this beloved film for anyone who has not seen it yet and then is really mad at me that I ruined parts of it for them. So getting that out of the way.
HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Okay, so the movie Moana. First of all, I mean, it's a great movie. We can just put that aside. And, Maya loves it. And at her 14 months, she bobs along to the songs and she laughs at different parts. It's just the cutest thing ever. And the animation is amazing. But there is a part of this film that totally grips me and squeezes at the most inner part of me and it makes me cry pretty much every single time I watch it. And it's not always an ugly cry. It has been, though, best believe. I think maybe the first time I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh. But without fail, like a little tear, something happens to me each time I see this certain part of the film. And if you are, quick backstory, I guess, if you're a person who hasn't watched it, how do I do this? Moana is the chief's daughter of an island, and there's stuff wrong with the island. It's dying, things like that. And there's mythical creatures and stuff in this film. So, much make believe, you what is it that I want to say? Put much to disbelief. I don't even know. Honestly, mom brain is so real. But anyway, gosh, this is going to be interesting. She has to save the island. And to do that, she hooks up with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character of Maui, a demigod, and they need to restore this stone, which is called the Heart of Te-Fiti, to the island. Te-Fiti is the mother island that had that stone heart taken from her many years prior by Maui. And so now they need to put it back so that the world can be saved, basically, and order can be put back into place. Because since that stone was taken, islands are dying. Things are a mess in the world. And when the heart was stolen, it's kind of implied that Te-Fiti died, or, wherever she went. And this other monster arose called Taka. And Taka is this like lava fire monster, very scary. And that's the state of things. And so they need to return this stone to Te-Fiti to reinstill peace and lusciousness of all the islands and vitality, all that great stuff. I hope I did an okay job of that. Those of you who have watched the film, I hope I did a quick little synopsis that kind of explains enough to make my point here with this scenario that I want to talk about. Okay, so you're with me, and Moana and Maui are on their way to put the heart back. So, like I said, Te-Fiti is the mother island, right? She was like the source of all creation and everything, like made everything happen. And she's this beautiful, like green, verdant, like abundant, like fertile, she's that kind of essence. She represents all of that. And then she's gone during this period of time. And Taka is this like scary, vengeful, angry, shrill, like high screams and stuff, scary monster. When they arrive to restore the heart, and Moana goes over this mountain to see where she would finally put the stone back, she realizes that Te-Fiti is not there, that there isn't even a place to put the stone back. And she looks across the ocean and sees Taka, this is a battle scene that's going on right now, and Maui and Taka are fighting. And she looks at Taka and sees her face. And then she sees the center of her. She's this stone, lava creature that I described so well. She realizes this hole, this area of where the stone would be, exactly where the stone was placed and would have been placed in Te-Fiti. And it's this kind of like washes over you moment of, oh, they're the same person. Like they're the same entity. They're the same essence. They're the same being. So when that happened to Te-Fiti, she became Taka, and that's who she was. And it's kind of like, oh, wow. And so then Moana realizes this, and she, being a courageous, brave, awesome young woman that she is, she and the ocean have a thing, by the way. She and the ocean have this relationship where she can talk to the ocean, and the ocean helps her out with situations, and it's funny, it's cute. But she tells the ocean to let Taka come to her. And so then the ocean parts, and Moana walks through it, very Moses-like, to address Taka. And, she's singing. There's like a melodious, beautiful song going on. And as she approaches Taka and she's singing to her, and Taka is, angry and kind of like moving fast across the ocean floor and kind of flailing about and very, frantic, and just that forceful, angry, hurt energy. I just lose it. I lose it when I see that, because it just all starts falling into place and it all starts coming together. And I start, oh my gosh, she's her, and she has her heart taken. And so then she becomes this angry thing, and Moana can recognize that. And she's not afraid of her because she knows who she is. And, as she's singing, she's like, I'm not going to sing, guys, but she's like, you know who you are, you know who you really are. And then they come together and kind of do a forehead touch thing, and their eyes close. And it's just this like this recognition of sisterhood and that acknowledgement of, I know what you've been through and I know who you are and I'm here for you. I see the real you. And, Taka calms and goes quiet. And then Moana returns the heart to her. And then you see all the rock and the lava stuff melt away, crack away. And then Te Fiti emerges. Again, this, glorious, green flowing hair. She has trees and flowers all over her, restored to what she was. And I just think we are all Te Fiti and Taka. We are all that joint, that marriage of those two parts, those two energies, whatever you want to refer to it or look at it as women, as mothers. Think about when you're younger, before you have programming and coding that has you believe that you are somehow less than, that you should look a certain way, talk a certain way, sound a certain way. You need to be more of this or less of that. You're not capable of this. You should stay small and here, just whatever it is that we pick up or is served to us and we take on, or we take on what's going on with people around us. It's like we lose that heart, that stone, that heart of Te Fiti, like our own thing. We lose it or it's taken from us. And I am not big on victim mentality or language. Like I don't ever want to feel a victim to anything personally. I believe I'm a creator of my life experience and I make choices, and yes, things happen, but where am I in the mix of that? It just doesn't serve me to feel or to identify as a victim. And so I'm not saying that things were necessarily done to me, but I can definitely relate to feeling like I had lost something, to feeling like I was not or have not been the purest, most glorious version of myself because I've tacked on rocks and lava and fire and anger and all that stuff. And I carry that around and I'm mad at everyone and I just want to wreak havoc. And I can totally relate to that. Just feeling scorned and all of that. And then things within us like go dormant and just deep down. And that's what happened with Te Fiti and Taka. I mean, Taka, when you realized who she was Te Fiti, just way down in there, just shoved and smushed down. That we can all relate to that. And, it puts the question out there then, how do we get that stuff back? How do we restore our own stones, our own hearts, our own gems as women, as mothers, as goddesses? And that's a really cool part of this. Jump forward a few minutes in the film as it's wrapping up and Te Fiti is restored to herself and she doesn't talk, but she's communicating with Moana and Maui. And Maui, being a demigod, has this magical fishhook thing that helps him shapeshift, turn into different animals and such. And it breaks in the epic battle with Taka. And Te Fiti gifts him with a new fishhook in all her benevolence, despite the fact that this is the man who started all this mess by taking her heart however many years back and creating this whole debacle. But she gifts him a new hook. And Moana says so cutely and sweetly, and yet with the most truth ever, she just says to Maui, it would be rude to refuse a gift from a goddess. And I was just like, hell yeah, it would be. First of all, it would be super rude to refuse a gift from a goddess. And hell yeah, she's the goddess, because you're a goddess, I'm a goddess, we are all goddesses. And when you think about, take just that little portion, rude to refuse a gift. Think about where you are giving your gifts as a goddess as a divine female energy and it's not being received, either outright people don't want it or don't take it, or it's being mishandled, mismanaged, not treated with the utmost honor and reverence that it deserves. And by your gifts, I mean your time, your energy, your love, your care, your advice, whatever. When you know that you're a goddess, like Tafiti does, because Tafiti knows what's up, guys. She knows who she is, right? That's what Moana's saying to her. You know who you are. When you know who you are that much more aware and cognizant of your gifts and how you're sharing them. Because maybe that's where the disconnect comes in. It's sharing the gifts with people who don't acknowledge them for what they are. And then enough time of doing that, heck yeah, you're going to forget who you are because you're beholden to what other people think of you or do with what you give them or whether or not they love and approve of you. So if you do that, for sure your stuff is going to go dormant and rock solid and decay and fieriness.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
So it's about being aware of that. And I think, especially as mothers, it is really important to work on remembering who you truly are. Because there are a lot of situations, circumstances that want to pull you away from that or will make it very tempting to forget that. When I say remember who you are, I'm talking about, going back to that place if you can. You're probably between 5 and 7, 8 years old before some of that stuff got laid down. Those thoughts, those ideas, those beliefs that put you in whatever space that you then later on wanted to blame people for, but for whatever reason, that stuff just came up. But there was a time and space before all of that. And so that remembering, and I love the word too, remember. And member, it's like re-assimilating and like refreshing and renewing your membership, if you will, as a goddess, as a mother, as whatever. Because we are all mother islands, right? I love that. How Tafiti was the mother island. We are all beacons of creation. And so that remembering process is about going back into the things that light you up or once lit you up, that inspire you or once inspired you, and putting people around you who are doing similar things or can support you in that. So you're like, what's something specific I can do to remember who I am or to get in touch with my Tafiti goddessness and divine Mother Earth? Well, it's going to be different for all of us, but here are just a few ideas. You could write, journal, write what's your truth, what's coming up for you, maybe heal and clear some things from the past, maybe a process to brush off your own rocks and lava. Read empowering, awesome material, books, articles, blogs, listen to a cool podcast, wink, wink, dance, sing, whatever, to get in touch with that. I don't care if you craft, knit, if working out puts you in your goddess zone, being in the gym, being outside, taking a nice long shower. You can take all of those opportunities to get in touch with that goddessness. It can be so small. It doesn't have to be a huge, big thing. And that's what I really want to impress upon here. Like, here was this big gesture in Moana, this big epic thing of remembering and restoring. But it can be little by little. It can be moment to moment. That's why the Balance Mama moments are so huge for me, because you can string them all along to, string them together, and they create sustainable lifestyle, And if you have trouble reminding yourself, I'll remind you. Shoot, I'll remind you right now. You are a powerful Mama Jamma, first of all. You are that mother island. You are that source of creation. Moms out there, you made life. Hello. And goddess, coming back to that. And I see it. I truly believe it. That's in you. What really takes it to the next level, though, is for you to believe it, for you to embody it, and for you to be it. And then everything is going to stem from that. Everything is going to flow from that. When you know who you are, you believe who you are down to your core, then you don't have to worry about your gifts being refused or mismanaged or mistreated. So yeah, that's all of what Moana taught me about being a goddess. And I am so grateful to Moana and to the creators of the film for putting that nugget in there. I don't know if it was that big, in the drawing room as they're putting it together and, they're plotting it out. Not sure if that's what they intended to do with that scene and with that part of the story, but it really resonated with me. And I took it and went with it, and I went deep with it because that's just what it did for me. So I love it whenever Maya wants to watch Moana or Moana's on, even if it is a little bit of a cry. It's a great cry. Crying is cleansing and it's releasing. And I love that it shows me something different each time. So I hope this has given you a different perspective on that part of the movie that you've probably watched a million times. And when you watch it for the 1,000,001st time, maybe you'll look at it a little different. Maybe you'll connect a little bit with your goddess as a result. And maybe you have some feedback on it. Maybe you think I'm completely ridiculous and none of this made any sense. That's fine. I'm open to that interpretation. Or maybe you got something out of it, or you had thought something about along these lines as you watched the movie. And if you did and do, I would love to hear about it. Or maybe other movies, especially ones that you wouldn't expect to find messages like that or connections. Maybe other Disney movies. Maybe there's a series in the future here. I don't think so though. But I want to know. So reach out to me at balanceandmotherhoodpodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Sarah M. Bivens. And then if you want to just see more of what I've got going on, you can go to sarahbivens.com. And I think that's pretty much it. I want to hear from you, how you're doing and your own experience of balance and motherhood, things you'd like me to talk about on the show, questions you might have. I love it and welcome it all. So again, hit me up via those modes to start a conversation, and go be awesome, be balanced, be you, be the goddesses that you are. And I'll see you in the next episode. quick note about the Balance and Motherhood podcast. I am not a doctor or a licensed therapist. I'm a woman with a story and a passion for some conscious conversation. My thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are my own. So please consult with your doctor or healthcare provider regarding any questions or issues you have related to your personal physical or mental health.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.